Good evening, everybody. Strong Lead Hook here, back with Path of Exile 2. And the last video, we were talking about farming and time management, resource management, and managing your stash tab, some gear management. But for today's video, we're gonna do 1 hour of hard farming, and I just want to show you guys how I do it. You know, what does 1 hour of productive farming look like? Let's get started. And I'm choosing a middle ground between farming resources, gear, and level. So I'm not going to something very low level, and I'm not doing something that's too difficult. Last time I brought up the concept of getting into a good flow state, so I'm gonna try to simulate that here and show you guys what that looks like for me. And as you might have noticed, I don't do a whole lot of ascendancies. I haven't done the trials of chaos or second moss other than the required one, because right now all I'm interested in is farming up the best gear and farming up the resource materials. I'm trying to eke out every bit of power that I can before jumping to ascendancy skill points.
Breathe this in! Weak animal! Another notch on my helmet.
From what I understand, last Epoch 2 had been released, and so far so good. People are happy with it, I think. I'm not too interested in it. I mean, if the game's not hard, if it doesn't feel like a Souls-like, I'm just not gonna be that interested. Although I've never played it, so I probably shouldn't criticize it. I've seen gameplay, and this is not for me. I could be wrong, but on the surface, it just doesn't seem like something that I would stick with in the long run. So as you can see, I pick up, if it's got a gem slot or quality, I pick it up. You don't need to sit here and look at the gear. You know, if it catches your eye, go ahead and pick it up. But if it's not something that you need, don't bother picking it up, obviously, because you don't need it.
Need more mana! Bye-bye!
augmentation, obviously pick that up.
No mana.
My mana is lagging behind a little bit, but it's okay. My mana could be better, but I'm not looking to do any more gear switches. My power is where I want it to be right now.
Make a wish.
The goal today is to just play. Remember what I was telling you guys about having a clear and concise goal as far as what your game session is going to be, depending on how much time you have. For me, the goal today is to simply farm up materials and levels. I'm not wearing any magic find gear because I don't think it's worth to sacrifice the power, risk dying just for a little bit of magic. I'm pretty sure they gutted magic. So I'm not gonna spend any time deliberating or trying to decide which gear I want or don't want. And there aren't any map affixes. You know, there's no ritual altars here or map boss, so I don't have to spend that much time searching every corner of this map. If there were ritual altars, I'd be exploring the map.
One down.
So divine orb,
Bloody beautiful.
obviously
Gotta stay
pick,
quick on my
pick
feet.
that up. I don't know why I picked that up. Remember what I said, if it's got a jewel slot, I go ahead and pick it up. I don't know why I picked this up. Oh, I was gonna roll it. You know what, we're not gonna do that today. We're not gonna do that today. The belt doesn't take up a lot of room, so I go ahead and pick it up. I'm not blitzing through this because there's a couple other things that I didn't think I brought up from before that I'm addressing now. I just want to make sure that I show everything that I'm doing and that you guys get a good grasp on how I manage my game time, how I manage my resources. And I go by the everyone that plays these types of games, they're all about speed and making it up the ranks.
Yes.
But if you're a casual gamer and you don't care about that stuff, you're not a competitive gamer, you need to ask yourself if this is something that's worth your time. You know, what are your goals? Do you want to just enjoy the game and have fun? I mean, I like the game. I'm having a lot of fun with it. The other content creators, the reason why they bring up their concerns is because they're competitive players. So for them to have their opinions about the game, the sentiments that they have about the game, it makes perfect sense, right? But none of these changes have affected me to the degree that I could no longer play the game. And it doesn't interfere with my goals of having fun with the game. Not only that, but yes, I was pretty close with quitting the game
Yes.
when they gutted my Ice Strike Monk. But the fact that this build, I was having a lot of fun with it after they nerfed everything, that goes to show that the patch isn't a complete and total failure. I don't know why I put that there. Remember what I said about having a stash tab open, dump everything into. I have not been doing that, but I'm gonna start doing that actually. So that way we're not wasting any game time pouring over gear. I did say that I was gonna show you what my farming sessions look like. I spend no time looking at gear. No time. I just pick up the most important stuff. My mana sucks right now. That's a pretty good trade-off for power.
All in a day's work.
If it catches my eye, I just pick it up. I don't worry about it. That's why you want to have these empty stash tabs right before you go on your run. You generally want to have some room to just dump everything into, right? So that way you're not wasting time. See, like these guys just pick it up, right? Don't worry about it. Don't look at it. When would you look at it? After you're done with everything. That's when you would look at it. In my managing time and resources video, that's why I brought up having a goal before you even touch that controller, before you turn your computer on, before you log on the game. You want to have a clear goal. Like, what am I doing? What do I want to do? And what do I need to do? If you want to play, if you want to kill monsters, but your gear now needs to be changed and you're underpowered. Let's say you had a hard day at work, you want to kill some shit, but you also know that your gear needs to be replaced and you're underpowered.
One down.
Then play a lower level map. Just play a lower level map. Okay, don't go on these slog sessions. Don't need to go on a slog session. You want to kill monsters, you had a hard day at work, okay. But your gear needs to be upgraded, you need your upgrades, but you want to kill some shit. Okay, in that regard, you play a lower level map, not too low. Remember when I said about the flow state? I think the problem with some of these content creators, the reason why they're not enjoying the game is they're playing above their skill level for point in time. I'm not saying that they're unskilled. What I'm saying is they're having a bad day. Their hardcore character gets wiped, and now they're pissed off. Then they go make a video and they go insulting people. Right? They go start insulting people. Some of these content creators critiquing the game, I will say they do get a little bit close to straight up slander and personal. This isn't me sticking up for the game. This is me sticking up for the community. Now you might ask, how is that sticking up for the community? Sounds like you're sticking up for the devs. No, we don't want to arrive at the point where the devs no longer take us seriously and they're now listening to, I don't know, whoever.
Gotta stay quick on my feet.
Listening to grifters. This map is practically over. So now you have to make a decision. Do I want to try to find everything in here, search every nook and cranny? That just depends on you. That just depends on you. You never know, because you might find a pretty decent strong box or something. There's been a few instances where I'm getting ready to walk out, and then by happenstance I run by a unique chest. Just to reiterate one more time, you know, when you're farming for gear or you're getting ready to upgrade your gear, things that can save you a headache is having a clear needs versus wants. You have to know your needs versus wants. Power, survivability, defense, offense. You know, you have to be clear about what you want or what you're looking for, what you need. And a good way to do that is go on a website like MaxRollGG and follow one of their templates. Those guys are brilliant. They're brilliant. You don't even need to follow what they got going on, A to Z. You don't need to follow it top to bottom. You just need an idea of what you're trying to do. So now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna grab a whole nother map. I'm not even gonna look at it. I'm not gonna worry about it. This is what I'm looking at right here. What do I want to do? Crit damage bonus, strong box, elemental resist. I'm trying to get rid all of my lower level waystones. I could buy more, but you know, I just think that's a waste of resources. Oh, whoops. And plus, I'm in the mood to just play, to just farm and play. So the passives on my waystone is not that good. It's good. How I determine it to be good to me, good has to do with item. I have a good waystone if the reward to risk edges towards reward. This one's a pretty good waystone. 90, 93% increased chest, but I'm cursed with elemental weakness. The difficulty is not that bad. Level 65, I'm level 72. So this one's pretty good. Lots of reward, little risk. And then I weigh it against my, what's that called? The tablet that you put into the tower. This is pretty good. So we will go ahead and run this one. Corruption. Merge together and manifest powerful monsters. You know what? Let's do a tier 2, man. Let's do a tier 2. Okay, so they deal extra cold. I see that they deal extra cold, so I'm gonna put in a cold resist. Although I might not have I do. This is immunity to freeze. I will equip this one too, because you just never know. Alright. That's about the only time you're allowed to touch your gear, right there. Because it has to do with your survivability. That's common sense. You know, it has to do with your survivability. That's okay to touch your gear and switch things around at that point.
Smoke him out!
That's why I was saying in the previous video, if you don't have to play hardcore, don't play hardcore. Okay, because what that does is once you're dead, you're dead. What if you don't? I know there's a way to do it to where you just log out, right? It's a built-in mechanic. But if you don't hit the button fast enough, it's a lot of risk for little reward. And I'm willing to admit that the rewards in this game is not worth the risk that you can take. Something like this game, hardcore, is hardly worth it. Hardly worth it. Because you don't get enough reward. And as far as Souls-likes are concerned, you don't lose the entire character when you die in the Souls games. I think the only Souls game I've seen do that is Lords of the Fallen. That's about the only one I think I've seen. Before I touch that strong box, I get rid of the enemies in the periphery first. So that way they don't mess with me while I'm fighting. I just pick it up. It's got a daggone, if it's got a jewel slot, I just pick it up. I don't worry about it. I don't even bother looking at it. Barely dropped anything. This is why the community is in an uproar. You got a unique strong box like that and barely dropped anything. And I don't think they're gonna do anything to improve the magic find. The gear drops. They're not gonna. It's a bad mid. The reason why they're not gonna improve the item drop and resource materials dropping, it's a bad business move. From a game perspective, that's shitty. But from a business perspective, it's a good move. Because now people, the way for them to make money in this game is for them to pay for the stash tabs, right? For them to sell the stash tabs. Now, if you're getting good gear left and right, there's no need for you to really get the stash tabs. Now, you don't have to buy stash tabs in this game. You do not have to. To succeed in this game, you don't have to buy stash tabs. In my opinion, it's not necessary. See, you kill a rare and it barely drops anything. And this is why people are flocking to Last Epoch. And I understand the why people are doing that. You can't blame them. I'm in the minority. The fact that I enjoyed this game, I am in the minority here. You know, sometimes I don't even know why I like it. Is it just the bullshit? You know, do I like the bullshit? Is that what it is?
Another notch on the helmet.
Do I like getting dicked around? Am I one of those sadists? Am I a masochist? You know, is that why I persist with this game? The only thing that makes this game a Souls-like is the stupid ass dodge roll. It is a stupid ass mechanic, and I fucking like it. No idea. No idea why. And that's why I'm kind of moving into showing you guys what do I do in the game. What do I do that enables me to succeed in the game. And the main gist of it is I don't make things harder than they need to be. I don't make the game harder on myself than it needs to be. Getting into a pretty good flow state. And that's the best way to enjoy these types of games. You know, Souls-likes definitely you want to get into a pretty good groove. And yeah, you can get into a good flow state with Souls-likes. You can. It takes time, but you certainly can.
You're dead.
Remember what I said about jewelry in the last video. Blue jewelry, go ahead and pick it up. It doesn't take up a lot of room, and it allows you to farm up some orb of the blue orbs, the orbs that make it blue.
Simple enough.
That's the best way for you to
Here it comes!
gather up some blue. The blue orbs, orb of transmutation. You pick up the blue jewelry, and if you don't need it or you don't like it, you just break it down. You just go ahead and destroy it, or break it down or whatever. So this one wasn't. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. We are gonna go ahead and run it back. We're gonna keep. That's generally what I do right here. I just come in, open up the maps, messing with your stash tab as mess with your stash tab as little as possible. Now is the time for putting down some monsters. Now is not the time for organizing all the tedious stuff, right? There's a time and place to do the tedious stuff, and there's a time and place for all the other stuff, all the other painful stuff. Okay, and we're gonna grab another map. Increase stun build up, crit hit chance. I was gonna take care of this one. The map was complete. I don't know how much of it I actually completed. This one has a lot of stuff going on in it. I think I want to save that for later. Yeah, I'm not in the mood to do all that right now. But I've got a mental note on these ones right here. Try it later. So I'll go ahead and do this one. I like the ritual altars. I probably should put on a poison charm. Can't remember which one I was. As you can see, this is what happens when you don't take the time to organize your stuff. You're looking for something and you cannot find it. I had a good poison charm. Now I can't find it. If I'm about to do a ritual altar, I get rid of all the monsters in that area first before doing anything. Where's he at?
All in a day's work.
Okay, so I think we have encountered a what's his name? Rogue Exile before. I don't know if we've ever encountered one on stream. It's too bad I was not streaming the first time I killed one before they nerfed them. It's just a battle of attrition. So definitely, when it comes to these guys, you pick up their jewelry and their belt. You pick those up. He didn't drop anything good. everything he's got. I mean, let's take a look. I hate doing this, but see, waste of time. I picked up what he had. It's a complete waste of time. What I have is better than this one. Increase elemental damage. I mean, what I have on is more powerful than what he has. Right? I would have to use a yellow to get this one up to speed, to get it up to par with what I got going on, and I'm not dying. So there's no reason for me to replace my gear if I'm not even dying in the first place. I don't need it yet. That's what I mean when I say you have to be efficient with your resource materials. You alive again?
That's all I need. Good on.
Okay, so obviously the yellows, you pick it up. Blue jewelry, pick it up. Unique, obviously, pick that up. That's a no-brainer. Okay, now I can't. Goodness sake. Get that one. I would have to use a yellow. I'll show you guys. I'm picking that up for a reason, so I can show you that it's
This could fetch a pretty
terrible.
penny.
Usually, if you don't buy stash tabs, generally speaking, if you follow my method, what'll happen is you'll end up on 3 runs before you have to start messing with your gear. You would have filled up a total of 3 stash tabs before you have to pick some, before you have to start cleaning it out. You might be able to do 3 or 4, sometimes even 5. There's no set amount. It just depends on the drops. It depends on what you're choosing to pick up and choosing what not to pick up. I'm looking for the rare monsters, see where they're at. I'm just gonna beeline over there. No, actually, I have to do some exploring because of the ritual altars. So I do have to keep my eye open for that. I'm debating on whether I should do another a second part to the video I made about managing your gear, your resources, and your time. But I think since I did this video and I talked about it, that should be enough. If you want to see more of it, if you want like a second part to the last video that I made, I can do that. Just comment down below. Just let me know.
One down. Me pockets are full.
Okay, pockets are full. I'll just go ahead and drop it off real quick and come back. Does my method take longer than everybody else? On the surface, it might seem that way, but it's not that much different than how everybody else does it. The difference between my method and everyone else's is I'm taking the time to set myself up for success later on in the game. I'm not gonna engage in a mechanic where it's purely gambling. Well, you're just wasting resource materials, rolling over and over again, spending all your blues and your yellows for gear that you don't even want. I would say keep farming, keep playing, and watch the video before this one, managing gear, resources, and
Reloading!
that's a pretty good guideline as to when you should replace your gear. Is it gonna make you into a top ranked player? No, it's not going to make you into a top ranked player, but who cares? You know, who gives a shit if you don't become number one on the leaderboards? Honestly. You want to get good at the game, and that's fine. You want to be successful in the game, that's fine. But the leaderboard isn't going to determine how much fun you're having or whether you're good at the game or not. It can be, but not always. You don't have to be a pro to enjoy the sport. You look at this asshole.
Good old-fashioned explosives.
See, just like that asshole, right? There's really nothing here that I want. Spear, hammer, nothing. This is the dumb shit right here. See, I cannot even pick up the crap on the ground. I save all my tributes for later. That's when I do it. When it comes to ritual altars, you know, just save it to the end. Just save it to the end. what I was saying earlier, is what is my method gonna make you into a top ranked player? No, it's not going to. It's just another way of enjoying the game. It's just another way to lessen the amount of stress that you have. I mean, I'm not a top ranked player or anything like that. But what I can tell you is that I enjoy this game.
Easy.
And the things that cause people to get frustrated with this game, it doesn't frustrate me as much. Not because I'm better or anything, it's just because of, you know, I've just come to terms with the kind of game that this is. And I see a lot of potential in it, I really do. Okay. Clearly pick this up, right? No brainer.
I'll break ya. Eat this.
Okay, there's one more ritual altar that I haven't gotten to yet, so we're gonna find that one. Even though the map is complete. Jeweler's orb, that's always welcome. Especially for my future characters. And I would like to give Huntress a shot.
Eat this.
Gotta get rid of all these trash monsters before I even do the ritual altar. Because if not, they're just gonna get in the way.
Me pockets are full.
Alright, we got about less than 5 minutes of what we're gonna do. So we're gonna go ahead and activate that ritual altar. I'm not gonna pick all these up in front of you guys. But I will finish this map. There's a lot of gear in here. So I'm gonna double check, make sure that
Stupid Sally! Duck and cover! Love this! This'll leave a mark.
all right, that'll do it for this map. I hope you all got a better insight on how I basically do my map runs, farming runs, and all of that good shit. I am not progressing in the game, nor am I trying to right now. Right now I'm just trying to enjoy it as much as I can and still make some sort of progress in terms of leveling up, picking up better gear, and getting a better handle on the game's mechanics. So after this map run, after I pick up all of that stuff, I am gonna go ahead and start organizing my stash tabs. By the way, don't forget to stop by at Doriani and identify all of your stuff. That is something that I completely forgot to do. But thank you for stopping by. Thanks for listening to me ramble. It's very much appreciated. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a good night.